We are live. I believe we are live. How is it going, everyone? It is I, PC, and I am joined with a very special guest. And this was very unexpected because I never thought, someone who actually, I'm trying to give you a cool introduction here. So, uh, I'm here with FENNAH. Or FENNAH? FENNAH? Okay, I got it right the first time. See? And tell everybody what you do, FENNAH.
What YouTube?
Hang on. I've already messed up. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I didn't even have the sound on. Are you. What is wrong with me? I'm such a boomer. I'm such a boomer. I'm
Don't
sorry,
do
people.
thing again.
I'm sorry, people. It's a joke, FENNAH. It's a joke. uh, I'm here with FENNAH, the animator. Go ahead, tell everybody. Sorry.
Well, basically, the gist of it is that when I'm bored, I'll make sort of postulate animations for my YouTube channel of the same name. Stick them up there, see what people think.
Yeah, and
that's
I have your thing pulled up here.
The trial. Oh yeah, that was the thing I did for the Doug Walker's review of the wall.
Actually, I want to get into that a little bit. How did you actually, did Doug contact you? Or
basically, how it goes is that I wanted to collaborate with larger YouTubers, and you always need sort of the first step on. I sent emails out, sent out the ravens as they, and just waited for a few responses. And Channel Awesome responded, and I was like, okay, well, this is a good start. And this company's well connected, and if I do something, then I can maybe get my work out there. Now, spoiler alert, I have been contacted by a lot of well-known YouTubers who have expressed an interest in working for me. So before anyone says, "Oh, why did you do this? What a waste of your talent." Well, not really. It's called a loss lead. It's called a loss leader. If you want to, you've got to work your way up through the ranks. Now, and Channel Awesome seemed like a pretty good place to start. And
the real question would be, why are you on this stream? I mean, my channel is very. I mean, why are you on my stream here? Because I'm not a big YouTuber. That's probably what everyone would probably be asking.
It doesn't matter how big someone is, just that their opinions are important. When I was a smaller channel, I wish people gave me what I had to say some credence. And even now, with 176,000 subscribers, I still get largely ignored by some of the bigger people, and it's frustrating. So I don't want to ignore people because they don't have enough subscribers. Something as arbitrary. At the end of the day, people are people, and you shouldn't place value on people just by the amount of number they have next to their name. So
and you seem really nice. You seem really nice.
Well, thanks. I don't aim to be nasty. It's not something like if someone critique my work, I'm all down for that. I was raised in a family event. I've learned how to accept valid criticism and deflect bullshit criticism. So it's just talking to people is better than arguing with them.
Me and J-Man, when we watched the review when we streamed it, I didn't criticize your animation at all, did I? I never said it was bad or anything. I just said
I wouldn't honestly. I wouldn't mind if you did. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't have given a shit if you did. It's as long as if people want to criticize my work, that's fantastic. You know, I'm glad people want to fucking spend their
Now
time
you're
even
inviting
looking.
people.
I, I do have ways of telling when something's criticism and when something is jabberwocky. And if you're going to criticize, if I'm going to put in the effort to make something like an artistic piece, then I think critics me just as much effort in return. And if anyone jar media pod, a lot of that was some good points, but when they got to my stuff, it just
Right.
it just wasn't it just criticism. It was just words. Saying DeviantArt OC means absolutely nothing. I can't take anything
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah,
It,
that
it, it, it you know, there are Disney animators with DeviantArt accounts. It's a child's concept of criticism. So by all means, have a pop at my work. Just people just need to think before they speak. I think
right,
rather
right.
than
And
just
and I noticed that's what a lot of people have been doing though. Like they've been just saying that you do furry stuff. And I've actually seen a lot of your work. You
well, here's
actually put a lot of time and effort into it.
it's a bizarre sort of thing. That, like, no, I'll be honest. People, like maybe like a few a day come in and say, "Oh, you're that furry guy," but it's like not really because one thing I wish I could just ask. I don't have time to respond to all of them, but I have them where it's like, oh, okay, so I'm a furry because some of my characters have. Okay, now that we've got that out the way, do you like any form of entertainment with animals in them? Well, of course I like Disney. I like okay, then you're a furry too by your own fucking by your own definition
Right.
of what that word. Then so it's not. That's see what I mean when I say it's not criticism.
It's not. It's
It's
just
just
them
nonsense.
insulting your work. And that's it.
Yeah, but like I said, it doesn't really bother me too much. But it would be helpful if at least a few people have a more balanced view on Doug's video before fucking Ragnarok. Because I tell
Yeah,
you what,
I get what you're saying. A lot of people are just going after him and just bashing him and saying he's not talented or anything. I mean, I can sometimes get overboard with my criticisms, but I realize that Doug he is talented. I do know that. I just feel like his review it I think what's the best word to put it? I think like it just didn't feel like a review. It felt more like, him making fun of, the movie and that's fine if you want to do that, but actually make it funny, make it a good parody. And
yeah,
I mean that's just my personal opinion. And the reason why I said, about your animation, like, what I said in the stream was it is really good. I mean, there's no doubt about it that you know what you're doing, and I love the friggin'. I mean, I'm gonna sort of go along with the the footage here, like you actually showed like behind the scenes stuff, and I better uh, mute this because then people won't be able to hear you that well. But you actually showed the green screen Doug, and the characters lifting his hat, touching him and stuff. That must have took a lot of work. You know.
it's my first attempt at green screen. Actually, I'd never worked with green screen before this video, so I had to like think on my feet, and I had 17 to make it.
And
Not
what
just that,
program do
but
you use, by the way?
I use I use Blender.
Blender.
Yeah, it's an animating.
It looks really good though. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Like,
thanks. For fuck's sake, I think it looks. I don't. It's just a drunken buffoonery. You know.
see the guy lifting up the hat. That is awesome right there.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, go ahead.
like I said, Well, go on. Feel free to break it down then.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was gonna get into. Actually, like when I first watched this, I was impressed with how the animation turned out and what it looked like. But I guess my issue was that it felt out of place from everything else that we've seen in the review. Like, I mean, this is really good. Like, no joke, it's really
Well,
good,
I'm not
but
gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna disagree with that. I'll agree with the fact that it comes out of nowhere, and
yeah,
the reason it comes out of nowhere is that sequence was done by me, and then it was just kind of like on the end. So.
like how did Doug tell you it was gonna be? Like, did he like give you a script of the review at all, or did he like tell you that we're
I got
gonna?
a script
Oh, you do? Oh,
for the episode, but it was one of those things where it's like I didn't really give it a full read. It was like sequence was that I had full control over. That's why I was just kind of focused on my bit. So everything in the trial to the the editing, the lyrics, the green screen, the animation, that was all on.
yeah. It to me like it everything just comes together really good in this. I mean, and that's what everyone's talking about, like how good this is. Yet just it feels so out of place from everything else because I guess of how it just comes out, you know, like out of nowhere. Like I wasn't expecting this. I mean, I saw like the squirrel the character that you had, which I'm just gonna call them characters. I'm not gonna call them furry characters or anything like that because yeah, that's just such a generic thing to call them
Well,
just furry characters.
it's like saying someone refers to my characters as our DeviantArt characters. DeviantArt is
Yeah.
comprised of art, like a bookshop is comprised of books. So it's like I'm reading this book. Where did you get that from? A bookshop. Oh, I bet you did. A fucking bookshop buy it. It's like, where the fuck do you? What is this?
I guess it's
Think
just
before you speak.
I guess it's just because they that's the general mindset of a person when they look at, characters like this, that's the first mindset, like, oh, they're furry characters cuz, they have fur all over them.
There's, I mean, as much as you say that, I don't think the mind plays into it. I think you're giving them too much credit
Well,
because here's the thing: if
and there's your
someone
dad rocking the
sees
guitar.
oh yeah, if someone sees a character, right? I'll break this, and they say, okay, this character has fluff, and they say, okay, that's a furry character, right? Anyone who likes that is. But then they go and watch Mickey Mouse. They're a hypocrite. So either it is indeed furry content, and they are therefore furries by fucking osmosis, right?
Yeah.
Or they're not. So why don't we just call them characters and just we don't need subtitles. You know?
It's the internet, dude. Like that's the whole mentality. Like they like when they look at my character Molly Chan, which by the way she's my OC character. They only see her as, oh, she's a anime character. She's not. She's just my persona. She's my character, and I do
Yeah.
sort of get offended over that. Ah, no, I don't want to play
Elephant.
that. No, I don't want to play Channel Frederator.
It's like and be able to. A lot of it is also dismissal. So if it's too much effort to unpack or too hard for them to
Oh yeah.
identify what's wrong, then what they'll do is they'll say, okay, I don't have the patience to go as I'll just to it, and that covers me. But that's not good enough. Those people on the Jar Media podcast, fucking,
Right.
it's I don't know if they consider themselves critics because what they did. Now I sent them an email making them aware of. Okay, so I told them that I'm willing to have a dialogue with them, and a few YouTube associates more, uh, feel the same way that whole live stream was just kind of. Some of their points were valid, but especially when it got to review that and they just shat on it altogether. It's like that absolutism that's not becoming of a critic. You need to
Right.
be impartial. You need to and to just kind of say, okay, I'm just going to wrap this all up and group everything together and call it. It's not good enough. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, I definitely get what you're saying because a lot of people just want to trash on it and not really criticize it. They like I notice that's what a lot of people are doing to Doug now, and I get it, in
Yeah.
some ways, like he does mess up from time to time. Like in his Deadpool 2 review, a lot of people have criticized him for the lack of research he's done on the character and saying how unoriginal it is. And, it, to me, like, the thing that made me not enjoy the review was mostly just all it is skits. Like, there's not actual, criticism. Like, he says it's pretentious, but that's an open statement. Like, anybody can say something's pretentious. You need to go into a
Well,
little bit more.
well, here's something for you. Roger Waters, the man who actually wrote and sorted the movie, he himself admitted that the film was self-indulgent and a little bit pretentious. So that's from the horse's mouth. So I think if Doug's saying that the film is self-indulgent and pretentious, just like the creator himself, now that's reasonable. Now, I think a lot of the reason some people are getting a bit the I mean, if you look at my section, no one hates it. It's fine. Like, I haven't been dislike bombed because people can identify quality when they see it. People with
Right.
fucking brains, at least. And I think the trouble is that it was mismarketed as a review when in actuality it's not really a review. It's more of just a parody with interesting points. Not all of
Right.
them hit home, but a lot of them, it is mostly a sort of parody over an actual review. I think
Right.
that would be my point.
Skeptical Fox said your animation was the best part. Even though I don't think it fit with the wall that much, still Doug's review and music was garbage. uh,
Well, I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, look, here's the thing: it wasn't Doug's music. The music,
Robert
um,
Scallion,
Rob Scallion sorted the music. Now the trial section, I point
he's good.
is that well, sorry,
Right. Yeah,
what I was going to say was I think there might be a bit of lag here.
yeah. There's a little bit of lag. It couldn't be my connection though, cause I have fiber optic. uh,
Well, in any case,
could be the
I
region.
think
Hang on. Let me change the region real quick. Let me see if that does anything.
well,
How that? How is that?
it's fine. But
Oh,
I think Rob Scallon did a pretty good job of covering most of the tracks,
yeah, he did.
and so I don't think the instrumentals are at fault. I think people have a problem with the lyrics.
Yeah. It,
Yeah,
like.
and
Go
I
ahead.
would be one of the ones that would defend Doug singing to a point, but the lyrics were just bad for that quote unquote review, and
And half the time you can't even understand what he's saying though. Like what is what's he talking about?
and personally, I think the review was just a way to market the parody album.
Yeah,
I
I don't
mean,
know.
maybe.
Maybe I was gonna say something though. They misrepresented like if we can kind of get into the music a little bit. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, when they did the Another Brick to the Wall Part Two, we don't need no education. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
favorite sequence in the movie. That and the trial is awesome. But I want to talk about that because I actually went back and watched The Wall last night. Uh,
Mhm.
and I watched that sequence, and there's a lot of things about it that I like. Holy crap! Like, I don't know. Like, you notice where when the kids are marching, like they match with the beat of the drums and everything. That's actually really clever.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say was they misrepresented the whole entire song. Like, oh, he's criticizing the education system. No.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's it. I think that comes down to the fact that what he did was is that Roger Waters grew up in these boarding schools, which would psychologically abuse
Oh
kids
yeah.
and physically abuse them. And comparing a school system of 50 years ago to a modern day American school system probably wasn't the best thing,
No.
but still,
I get he was trying to make a joke there, sort of like he was trying to say, "Oh, you shouldn't criticize the education system," yet he criticizes the education system. like,
I think again that's where it kind of falls into the fact that it's more of a parody than a review, if anything.
but still, though, like, if I can say this, with an open mind, like, it's not a good parody. But I get it though. I mean, I get that he was trying to make fun of some things about it, but if you look at it in an artistic way, to me that's the way I look at the wall. I look at it as one of the most creative, most in terms of movies. Like they took Roger Waters' life, and I know it's someone else's life also falls into this too. Uh, they took his personal life, things that personally happened to him, and they managed to make something creative out of it. To me, it didn't come off as pretentious. That's the way I look at it. I look at it as art.
It is art, but it's also what you got to remember is that it's a movie that's
Right.
basically a very long music video. Uh,
Yeah.
so Yellow Submarine is a film based on the music done by the Beatles, and what they did there is they extrapolated a plot and they gave it some form of reasoning, and they sort of like gave it its own identity. So I can listen to the Beatles and then I can watch the Yellow Submarine movie and enjoy both of them because one is an adaptation; it's got its own identity, and the other one is like because when you're listening to music, as Lucy states, music is designed to inspire you and make you feel these emotions and imagine. Now, I don't dislike music videos, but I don't particularly care for watching them because I don't like the music being imagined for me. The enjoyment from music comes from me imagining the visuals to the sound. And something like The Wall, while what's there is great, I would rather listen to the album and imagine my own shit. I don't need it imagined for me. Now that was my point in the trial. Whereas if they were going to do an adaptation of the album, then and make it its own thing, like the Yellow Submarine was, then maybe that could have been interesting. Not that what's there is shit because it's not. It's fucking great.
Oh yeah.
But that was just sort of a side sort of point. But music it does something to you. It makes you feel a certain way. It makes you see things in your head. It's fuel for the imagination. And when you've got something that basically imagines it all for you and says, this is what it means, this is what this looks like, a lot of people don't like that.
Um, I was gonna bring Zombie Fan on, and I didn't know he. I thought he was at work, but He talks about, you know, Corey Taylor, which, you know, the fact that they even got Corey Taylor to be a part of this, like, you know, I just felt like here's the thing: you, Corey Taylor, Rob Scallion are the best thing about this. Period, hands down. But they really didn't do much with Corey Taylor. Like, couldn't they have gotten him to sing some of these songs?
I have no idea.
I mean,
That
he's
confused
talented as fuck.
that confused me. Maybe it was something contractual. I have no idea.
But to me, though, it's like, if you're gonna use some of these people, like, I mean, use them. Don't just have them sit around doing nothing. Or have his son sing some of these songs. I heard he's really good too.
Yeah. Well,
Let's sort of talk about the trial, though. I know you ain't got a whole lot of time with us, but like, what did you make out of the trial when you first watched it?
this is the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Right. Basically, throughout the film, we see Pink go through all these sort of traumatic events, all these proverbial bricks to put in his wall to close himself off from the world.
Right.
His dad dying, his sort of overprotective sort of mother.
The mother
the
character.
war, the cheating wife, all sorts of things.
Yeah, the abusive headmaster.
Yeah, the headmaster. They're all referenced throughout the film, and at the end, he's fully recedes into his mind and is tormented by these animated demons that hold him to trial.
Well, what a lot of people don't know about the trial is it's actually Pink that's putting himself on trial.
Yeah,
This
well,
is
that's
all
what the
gonna-
story's about.
Exactly.
It's all in his head.
Yep.
It's all in his fucking brain.
Yep.
Now, my point in my section, which I think a lot of people, I don't imagine I'll hear any fucking arguing with this. The animated sequences of the war are the best parts of the film visually.
Oh, yeah.
The live action sections are very nice and aptly filmed, but no one's going to sit here and say, "Tell you what, those animated sequences could use less of those." No, fucking use more of them. So when Sombra said, "We're bored of Alice, we want,"
what the fuck?
yeah. when Sombra says we're bored of Alice, we want the Hatter. You know, they should have used us far more often. That's what I'm saying. There, I'm not saying, "Oh, I'm fucking just shit." You know, what I'm saying is that if you're going to have the schoolmaster in the film during the "we don't need no education" sequence, what would have been great? I don't know if it was budget or time, but when he's kind of being humiliated in front of the class, you know, fancy yourself an artist or a poet, you know. If you see him morph into the animated cartoon with the strings attached and puppet the children round, and so it goes from reality and
this
how,
right
how
here, I like this part right here. The animated sequence with the hammers. Like, your girlfriend did a good job of sort of remaking them. Like,
yeah,
it's exactly like the movie almost. It's like, holy shit,
Carmen really busted her ass on those visuals. So that's the thing, though. People criticizing the review, they're more than welcome to do it. But the artist, people like me, my dad, my girlfriend, all we did was just try to make it as entertaining as possible. So, you know.
And you guys are the most entertaining part about this. Like, the rest of the review, honestly, I'd just cut the rest of the review out and just show this. Like,
well, that's the thing. If you actually look at the like to dislike bar there, that's nothing to fucking be ashamed of. A lot of people love that sequence.
Oh yeah, I just don't like it when people just call it just, oh, it's just furry stuff and nothing else. Like, it's creative.
I don't really. Yeah, a lot of people think that creativity equals furry cringe, but sometimes creativity just means creativity. You know, look at those little fuckers there. Some people might look at those and say, "Oh my god, it's so gross," but it's like having television screens. You know, it's like fucking having television screens make up the face of these gas mask creatures, which is also a little reference to the war.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a pretty clever idea, you know.
And you also stated that Lacey the
Lacey the loose maker, yeah,
yeah,
Lucy Lace maker.
Lucy Lacemaker. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not used. I've not seen a lot of your animations,
No,
so
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
uh,
I
like
watched a lot of most of your satellite city series today.
Oh, cheers.
It was really good.
Thank you.
oh yeah, I was gonna say that she sort of represents the judge from the trial, right?
Yeah.
Which the judge basically tells Pink, "Hey, you need to shut down the wall." Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not really that bad if you look at it. The way you went about everything, like it sort of does tie into the wall a little bit, but I mean, a lot of
For the
people may
people
not
who,
look
for
at it
the
this way.
well, for the people who know my content, it ties in more than you think because Lucy Lacemaker is the context of the show's lore, and I'm writing a book, a science fiction book series, and Lucy Lacemaker's occupation is the paradigm judge. So, in the context of my own channel, she's a judge. So, to the outsider, people may think, "Oh, what's this? What's she doing as the judge?" She's actually a fucking judge in my show. So, people who know my content do their fucking
Right.
research might know that, you know.
Oh
So,
yeah, someone's asking, is this stream gonna be saved? Yes, it's not gonna be taken down. I promise you that. He's not gonna file a copyright strike on me or anything. He's actually here, so.
how dare you talk about me when I'm not here? Oh wait.
I mean, it wouldn't work out anyway if you even tried, but because we're basically talking about your stuff, and
Yeah.
it's good. But what I was gonna say though, I think a lot of people brought up this criticism before. People were like, "Well, the animation and stuff is good," but they're like, "How does this tie with the Nostalgia Critic or the Wall?" And you basically explained that really well. I mean, he asked you, to be a part of this, and I mean, you seem to know what the movie is about, and like just from our conversation here, I mean, we could have a friggin' hour-long discussion of the movie, everything.
Well, it's a film. It's a film that I grew up with, and I love the film. So people trying these fucking 12-year-olds trying to tell me that I don't understand the
There's
wall.
my
Is
favorite
fucking
character
hilarious.
right there,
There's Sombra. There he is.
Ludwig.
Which one is that? Sorry, the stream might lag behind a bit.
Yeah, it's. I think it's like a 5-minute delay or something. I'm not really
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, Ludwig's a cool lad.
But I just love the imageries here. Like, I mean, yeah, it doesn't match with everything that goes on in the wall. I think. I mean, the song itself. It's the same song, the trial song.
Yeah, it's based. People say, "Oh, it has not." What does this have to do with Roger Waters' work?
Look at the hammer. The hammer has to do with the trial. It's everywhere.
Well, here's the thing. What I find very amusing about criticism, if you can even grant it that title, is that what does it have to do with the wall? Well, what does any critic have to do with what they're criticizing? It's like what does Weird Al have to do with fucking Gangster's Paradise? What do Amish people have to do with Gangster's Paradise? But he still made his little parody about living in an Amish paradise. He did his little thing, and it's like fuck.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All I was gonna say was that if people want to know what this has to do with the wall, it's talking about the wall. Listen to what they're saying. They're singing about the film.
But, right. I mean, the thing to me though, like with Weird Al's, you brought up Weird Al when it comes to him making parody videos of music. I think the thing with Weird Al and Doug, I look at it like this. Weird Al respects the source material, even though it's bad. It may be bad to a lot of people. Like the original song may be bad, but I think he respects it enough to, make fun of it and to, sort of give it some recognition some way, or and also ridicule it. And here's the thing, people, you don't have to enjoy The Wall. I mean, a lot of people don't enjoy it. I know there's people out there that don't enjoy the movie or the album.
There's a lot
But
of people out there who fucking hate The Wall,
but I think when it comes to Doug's parody, to me, like it felt more like him being a little bit pretentious in himself, because you notice, he brings up, how this is pretentious, yet he doesn't explain how it's pretentious, yet you see plenty of, plaques on the wall, YouTuber plaques, and his face is everywhere. You can sort of say that's a little bit pretentious. And here's the other thing that didn't make sense to me. Like, the sequence where he has the paint on his face and it says "guy you should hate" or something, like right on his forehead. I don't understand why Corey didn't do that. Why they got Doug to do that? Because it's supposed to reflect the character Pink, right? He's supposed to represent Pink.
I believe so. Yeah.
To me, the whole the Twitter thing, them bringing up Twitter, like, I see they're trying to modernize some of it. It's like, but that's not what. It doesn't make any sense to have this. I mean, and I don't know the thought process of Doug. I really don't.
I think what Doug was trying to do was take the concepts of the and see how they've aged and apply them to today's world and see if the wall still holds relevance.
And it still does. It still does today. Even today.
It does hold up in a few, like,
I'm talking about in terms of production, like.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it holds up. I think what he was talking about was the messages. The message, because when you use
meat, that's just the potatoes. You need the full meat. Yeah. The production is the meat.
Yeah. But if you were to ask me like what Doug's goal was during those parts, I don't know for certain because I haven't asked him. I can ask him, but
I would ask that.
If I could extrapolate from those sequences, I would probably say that what he was doing is trying to take the wall of, like, and the album of,
And you understand, people like me and J-Man and Zombie Fan, why we criticized it like the way we did, because we're passionate about it. I mean, it has nothing to do with just, Doug not being a good critic. I think Doug can be a good critic if he just applies himself better and, not be so receptive of feedback. Because to me, that's what it comes down to, how you take in feedback. And wanting to better yourself. Because like you said, though, I mean, these comments, a lot of people, they leave comments to troll and to, not give any, constructive criticism. I think, there needs to be more of that. And you shouldn't, ignore it. And that's what it feels like to me that Doug is doing. He's not taking in the constructive criticism, and that's the problem with the internet. It's hard to be constructive when everybody comes and attacks you, and and you're trying your best to be better.
I don't blame Doug at all for ignoring a lot of this shit, because the amount of attention that the review's gotten is pretty interesting. I mean, like, at least he's got people talking, which I mean, some art is designed to inflame. And Doug said to me, people are probably going to hate this, before he even released it. So maybe this was genuinely what he wanted to do, to get a discussion going. And you know what? The man fucking succeeded. He's got a discussion going. Everyone's talking about the fucking wall on the internet because of him. So is he so stupid after all? Because I think what he wanted to do really was to kind of challenge people's opinions and inflame, even if yes, some of his points are moot in the review. I think he's. I mean, so many people are probably out there watching The Wall right now because of his review, saying, "Oh yeah, this is good," and so at the end of the day, you'd think he'd fucking shot that down someone in a turnip field to get this amount of media attention. Next thing you know, it'll be trending on Twitter next to Trump. It's like the amount of sheer attention this has gotten just because of a movie review it's like bizarre. It's like fuck.
Oh yeah, I mean,
some people are this fucking angry. It's like, damn son.
Oh yeah. It's gotten so much attention that you have bigger YouTubers talking about it. I Hate Everything is talking about it. Fucking.
And I saw on Twitter that Jim Sterling
Jim
is talking
Sterling.
about
I showed him Jim Sterling's. He said it's ambitious. Yeah, it's what he'll say, which it is in ways. But I think I kind of see what your point is. I mean, maybe this was made intentionally bad. Maybe
I don't think it was made intentionally. I don't think it was made intentionally bad because I mean, let's be honest. For content produced on YouTube,
yeah,
it's pretty slick.
Yeah,
the Rob's. You got a lot of talent. Being reasonable. There's a lot of, and I'm not just I'm talking about myself here, but there's a lot of talent here. You got Rob Scallon, you've got Corey Taylor, you got my fucking girlfriend, my dad, you've got me.
Best thing about it.
and Doug can hit some fucking notes.
He does. And I heard his Aladdin review did good. So
his Aladdin review did really well. So it's like it's just sort of this thing that it's interesting.
And I think it's also has to do with fans of the movie as well. Fans of Pink Floyd, which I sort of don't fall in that collective because I mean, while I think Pink Floyd is good, I don't think they're the best thing since Sex. If you know what I'm saying.
Damn, that's going back a bit. But basically, what you need. Here's the thing: Pink Floyd don't. The Wall album and movie actually split up the band. It was like The Lamb Lies Down on The Lamb Lies Down for Genesis. It was the project that broke the band up. And when The Wall came out, a lot of people fucking didn't like it because they thought it was like we've discussed it was pretentious and it was self-indulgent, and even Roger Waters admits that. And at the end of the day, it's not Pink Floyd's usual work. Usually, they don't do stuff like this. People say, "Oh yeah, Pink Floyd, The Wall," but like their songs, the rest of their library of music is nothing like The Wall. That's why a lot of people got confused by it because they don't usually write songs like this, and that's why I think it ended up fracturing the band because of it. It was Roger's story.
From what I looked up, and yes, I used Wikipedia for this, and I don't know how accurate this is. I heard that Roger Waters, when he joined Pink Floyd, I heard that this was one of his ideas. The Wall was his idea, and then he had another idea, which was supposed to be some solo album. And they were talking about, because like they were talking about ideas, of what their next album should be, and they decided to go with The Wall because the other project just didn't sound.
A lot of the other band members sort of resisted The Wall.
Yeah, that's what it says too.
Yeah, it wasn't in the bands. They weren't all like, yeah, let's go and do it. Like,
no.
And then they went and did it, and the band split up. So and I get that it's kind of got like cult status now and everything. People need to realize that art. Yeah, but like art is there to entertain and make people think and all that. But it's not. Nothing is sacred. You can talk about things, you can critique them, and like that's why I'm here now, because this Doug's review and my work, it's not sacred. People can talk about it, people can criticize it. It's just got to be good criticism, because then I mean, I don't give a fuck if it's bad criticism, because that's just people embarrassing themselves. But it's always better to sort of make a point.
I mean, my
than-
only
than-
criticism of it is it should have been its own thing completely. Because it's good.
That's
It's
fair
really
enough.
good. But,
That's
I mean,
fair enough. I mean, it is its own thing. It just like if you go to my, that there you go.
I'm
These
surprised Doug even
characters.
let you upload it, though.
Oh yeah, no, he's Doug's. There's the thing. I think Doug's. It's weird how people view Doug publicly
Well, I
because
mean,
he's because no one like. I mean, I know Doug, and from my experience with him, and I can't speak for anyone else, but he's just a pleasant, down to earth, patient fella who just wants to get on and make things. Like that's genuinely my experience with the man. Now, like I said, I can't speak for other people, but go on.
I go ahead, J man.
That's my experience too, because back in 2016, I actually met him at a con, and he was really kind to me. I even got to spend a couple of minutes talking with him about where's the fair use that was happening at the time, and about me wanting to be a content creator. And he seemed to be really in my corner when I talked to him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now here's the thing, Doug. And I can tell you this from experience, Doug just wants to make things. He just wants to entertain. He just wants to focus
And I
on.
see that.
And he's not naive to the fact that he's going to piss people off with some of the things, but it doesn't stop him from wanting to do it because he just wants to make things. He just wants to do what he wants to do.
Exactly.
And you gotta. So when people come after him saying he should be deplatformed for making a film review that they don't agree with,
Well,
it's like fucking hell.
To be fair here, a lot of this stems from the the Channel Awesome controversy from last year.
Yeah, changed the channel.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. However, Doug was sparsely mentioned in that document.
Yeah.
And to this day, it's still kind of hearsay. So it's and if we've learned anything from the recent events of Pro Jared, it's never wise to just immediately side with the people who make the accusations. What you've got to do is you've got to remain as impartial as you can until things become more clear. Unfortunately, in Channel Awesome's case, things haven't become more clear. It's still sort of cryptic. So I honestly don't know where that whole thing falls. But I'm just gonna, like the rest of the world, just wait and see.
Oh yeah, I mean maybe it'll turn out to be like the Pro Jared thing, and it's just all overblown. I mean, to me, like when it first came out about the a lot of people will even say this, that it was shocking, definitely shocking, to find out the case of Juwario and some of these other producers that turned out to be bad people.
Yeah, and now here's the thing.
And I don't blame Doug at all. I don't.
Well, I mean, I like it wasn't managed very well. To be fair, like that whole thing with the
fucking
that yeah, it's just all of it was just kind of atrociously fucking dealt with. And I'm not saying that back then their company was well managed, because God, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
But yeah, I don't know. It's something to kind of keep your eye on and everything. But
yeah,
when they say he should be like, I saw a video and it's like, oh yeah, he made a review of the.
I hate cancel culture.
He made a review of The Wall that I don't like. Let's take away his freedom of speech.
Let's take his head and his balls, like Jamie Markey says. Yeah, let's take his head and his balls. No, I think that he just made a bad review, and really that's it. I mean that's the best way I can put it. That's just my opinion. I mean, I think to make fun of it just to be entertaining. That's the only reason I did that. But and also point out
you can say he made a bad review. That's fair enough, and you can say he made a bad video in general. But the reason I'm so eager to talk to people with opinions on this is because well, there is a difference between saying something's bad. You can say something, I hate it, fine, but don't call yourself a critic. Critics, their job is to tell people why. So when those jar media people sit around, drinking beer, burping, and not giving any form of fucking actual reasoning behind why they didn't like a certain. Sometimes they did, but like on some other bits, particularly pertaining to my work, they gave no fucking context to their opinions, and it pissed me off. And that's why I sent them the email, and they still haven't responded. So hopefully they do get back to me.
I don't know if they will though, because I think a lot of them just don't care, and they only mostly care.
Well,
about
then they
drama.
shouldn't. Well, then they shouldn't be critics. Then
I mean, if you're going to talk about someone's video, criticize it. That's fine. Just don't do this because it's a bandwagon, and that's what this is. I mean,
well, people smell blood in the water, and then
yeah,
they
and they're sharks. Everyone's a shark until they turn on each other. I mean, if there's no drama, then they turn on each other. That's how they usually do. But I mean, I didn't do this for drama. I just heard about this from somebody, and I was like, really? He reviewed the wall, and I watched it, and I was like, oh god.
I honestly didn't see the review until we did the stream, and to be honest, it seems to be blown out of proportion in terms of hate.
Yeah.
I don't really hate it, but I can't say I like it. It's sort of in the middle of the road for me.
It's one of those things where it's like it's so overblown. Like Jesus Christ, the fact that people get this riled up over a review of a movie is like fucking.
Oh yeah, it's sort of become like this thing. Oh, we'll use this as an excuse to just bash Doug.
Well, we live in a world. We live in the era of YouTube operations are rapidly taking ground of creators. We've got to sort of stick together, accurately critique each other's work, support one another in a way that's reasonable, call bullshit out when it needs to be called out.
Oh yeah.
But we shouldn't be cannibalizing each other for views.
Oh yeah.
Now here's the thing. So it's like fucking the sort of we're all in the same boat mentality has kind of gone out of the window. Like, oh well, fuck you, fuck this guy for trying to do something worthwhile. It's not good enough. That's people like and I will admit that I ain't email, but the fact that there are even like a couple of fucking people out there who are pissed off because I tried to make a tribute to the wall and it wasn't good enough for them, and that makes them angry. It's like, what do you want from me?
I think people like I kind of see where Doug was trying to go for here, but I guess it's just the execution of it that it's just confusing. Like, it's more confusing than it is just bad. Like, I don't know what half of the songs he's even talking about. Like, because I don't know if he's mumbling or something. Like, I can't understand him, what he's singing about. It's like, music is supposed to be universal, language that, everybody can get into and listen to, but
here's the thing though. There's a lot of, if people are going to have a go at Doug for that, there's a lot of famous songs that you can't hear a fucking word of.
Yeah, because I listened to the original soundtrack. Most of the lyrics I could not make out.
Yeah,
but I was gonna say, people will try to say that is a criticism of Pink Floyd. No, you can fucking understand what Pink Floyd is singing about, and they're not mopey. And that's one criticism that Doug I definitely disagree with. They are not mopey. I mean, yes, some of the songs are depressing. I mean, but that's the whole tone of the movie. The whole movie's depressing. I mean, the guy lost his father. I mean, his wife cheated on him. His mother was, like, very overprotective of him, kind of like my mom is, which I'm an only son. I'm an only child. So I can relate to that in so many ways. And his only way out, sort of, was music, writing poetry, and his school ridiculed him for that. And that's the whole mindset of that song. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. That's basically how schools were back then. They
Well,
they
it's
didn't
in a way
want you to be an individual. They wanted
well,
you.
that's how schools still are, to be honest.
Yes, how they are today. Exactly.
They are they're institutionalized comes from the word institution, and a school is one such thing.
They
And
want you
when
to
you
be a
refer to
mindless drone.
yeah, I mean that is the idea of schools do not support the individual. So yeah, I'd agree with you absolutely on that. You know,
But
um,
but he's trying to compare the U.S. education to Britain 50 years ago. It's like,
yeah, that's the thing though, isn't it? That's the deal breaker. Is like, well, but then again, that's why I think
it's a
maybe he
lot
was just trying
better.
to. I think maybe if he made it a bit more clear with the lyrics, but I think, and I'm just postulating here, but I suspect he was just taking the concepts of the wall, applying them to today, and
A
seeing
little bit too
if they're still
literally.
yeah, absolutely, a little bit too literally, but
Which the movie itself is open to interpretation. Like that's the way from what I've read. It's up to your own interpretation how you see the movie. Uh, you can see it as pretentious, or you could see it as what I see it. A work of art. Cause like
well,
what movies were like it at the time had that
oh,
much creative liberty.
I mean, a lot of films were kind of like the surrealism has been around even before film.
Clockwork
Before,
Orange.
well, yeah, even like I always reference sort of H.G. Wells, um, this sort of fucking 18th century writer who wrote about Martians in space and time machines and invisible men. The first men in the moon. These fantastic concepts. Now, if you say to me, "Oh, The Wall" by Roger Waters, how does that compare to H.G. Wells? I would say H.G. Wells shits on The Wall in every fucking in every aspect, because that is a subjective opinion. I can't prove that, but
Yeah, you would have to you'd
it
have to listen to all of J.D. Wells' music and Pink Floyd's
well,
music to compare that.
H.G. Wells wasn't a musician. H. was an 18th century writer. He's my
Oh,
favorite.
Ryder.
He's my favorite author, and he wrote War of the
Oh,
Worlds. He wrote The Time Machine, and these really fucking
okay.
inspiring sort of books
I mean,
about crazy shit.
I think I've heard of J.D. Wells, but I haven't read a lot
It
of his books.
it's H. G. Wells.
H.G. I'm sorry. Gosh,
Not many
I'm
people know
such a
who
boomer.
he is. No, it's fine. But like, if like The Wall is a fantastic work of art, but everyone has their personal preference,
Yeah,
But
it's
I would
sort
say,
of, like how I feel about certain books, like, Annie Green Gables, let's see, Around the World in 80 Days. Like a lot of these fictional books I would tout as, the greatest fictional stories ever told.
well, I
And The
mean,
Wall is no different.
yeah, I mean, Around the World in 80 days is another book in from the 18th century. These are all old concepts. So if anyone says, "Oh, yes, not for," false. I mean, these psychological stories, these surreal, advanced concepts like time travel and
All right,
Martian
Aubrey.
invaders, and it was done literally hundreds of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Now that doesn't take away from the fact that The Wall is fantastic. It is a masterpiece of visual and auditory delight, but it's not the first to ever do it.
Yeah, and
Um,
and I think a lot of people bring up that whole argument, oh, it's not original. To me though, the whole not original argument, I mean, you gotta be inspired in order to create something. Period. Everything is inspired by something. I mean, obviously, looking at your animation, you're inspired by a lot of things. You know.
yeah,
and a lot of people might look at it and say, "Oh, that's not original," or you're copying off of someone. Not really copying, but more so you're taking
Well,
influence.
when you say the wall, like I referenced it before, but you know the Yellow Submarine, the
Yes,
sort of
yeah, the
surreal.
Yellow Submarine, the Beatles.
No, that was a movie
Yep.
done, I think, like 20 years before the wall.
Yeah.
You
It's not the
know,
first.
and
Yeah, the wall is not the first. I think the wall is the first to be I think it was made as an opera, a theatrical opera, sort of. Like, that was the idea that went into it.
yeah, but it was only done in the 1980s,
Yeah.
and like that's pretty recent as movies go. And you know, this is after Chaplin and and this is after fucking uh all these sort of surrealist experimental films that
I
had,
was
had, had hit
gonna
the
bring up
screen.
something actually. When Doug reviewed he reviewed Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, I believe. Was it, J-Man?
Yeah, he did. He said
Yeah.
that it would have been stronger if it was just one long music video.
Yeah, he said it would have been better as a music video, and then when you look at his review of The Wall, I mean, to me, it is a music video, but it has storytelling.
Oh yeah, but that comes from the music. So that was already present. The movie bring the story or plot there.
So
The album did that, but
to
of its
me,
own
it
volition.
sounded like he hated the fact that it was a music video and not a movie. It's like,
I don't think he hated the fact. I mean, my point was that
right.
it probably could have benefited from a bit of the Yellow Submarine treatment. Maybe taking some of the songs and extrapolating from their concepts. So
Oh yeah.
we don't need no education. Take that one song, turn it into an interesting sort of 10-minute sequence of psychological degradation. And give us their take on the song and adapt it.
I
Like the Yellow
was
Submarine sort of
I
did.
was gonna bring up something about that. We need no education. Have you heard of the term like a rat in a maze, right?
Yeah,
You could apply that to the music video, because you see the kids, going around in the school, and it's set up like a maze, you know, and they're
yeah. Well,
basically the mice trying to get straight
it
A's
was
and
sort
everything.
it was sort of an allegory where they were grinder and compressed and sort
And
of like turned into a product.
it criticizes fascism, it criticizes anarchy, and it also criticizes the I guess it also criticizes you know uh, not anarchy, but monarchy. It criticizes that as well, like people having power over you. And it's like, if you look into the music, like, that's what Doug should have done, really. Like, instead of just bashing it, explain what the messages are. What is it talking about, and why you believe it's pretentious, why it's like this.
Well, that's why I would say it's not really a review of the wall. It's more like
Exactly.
a parody of the wall.
But
But
he's
anyway,
marketing it as a review. Okay.
yeah, that's probably the big mistake I would say. If I could say one of the biggest errors is is the fact that I still can't get over the fact that it really is kind of like an interesting video with a lot of passion and effort kind of poured into it
Yeah.
by not just Doug, but by a lot of people who don't
You.
deserve the flack they're getting. Um,
Yeah.
so we'll see how it goes.
Well, I mean, I hope that, you could still continue, making animations and, telling your story and getting it out there. I mean,
Well,
that's
I'm
hard
fine.
enough.
Yeah, well, I'm fine.
I'm just
I'm good
glad that
for it.
Doug reached out to you.
Yeah, I
By
mean,
the
like,
way,
like.
I only have one criticism for your portion, Fenna.
Oh yeah, go on.
Um, to me, it looks like when Doug is in that cog room, it doesn't look like he's touching the floor.
Yeah, I think that might have been like a bit of a bug. That's fair. You can say it. That's fair. Yeah.
Well,
I know what you mean.
You
I
said you've
noticed
never
that.
done green screen like that before.
This is my first attempt at green screen, yeah, so there's a few things probably touching up, so that's
But
fair.
it's still good.
Yeah, I mean, it's still my favorite part of the review.
It's everybody's
was
favorite
really
part of the
good.
review.
And the animation is beautiful. And I did see your update today. You plan on making your creatures more anatomically correct.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what the final product's going to be for that.
Oh, cheers. Well, I'm gonna have to head off now because I've got it's about 3 in the morning for me.
Well, we're gonna keep streaming, but it was
That's
an
great.
honor to have you on here. You enjoy the rest of your night. Get some sleep. You deserve it.
It was very nice talking to you, gentlemen. All right, take it easy, fellas.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
That was interesting. What did you all think of that? I thought that was an interesting conversation. I mean, God,
I've never
like, honestly,
you run so much.
I think, I see what he's saying, but, I mean, I just appreciate him, you know, being so nice, so kind to give his opinion and everything. I don't agree with everything, but, I mean, I can kind of see what he's saying. But, I mean, he is right, though, about, you know, everybody blowing this out of proportion, and I sort of did in a way. And
you forgot to reintroduce me to Senor. I was Metal Shooter.
Yeah, I am. I don't know whether I blew it out of proportion or not. I mean, I tried it to be as nice as possible.
But I did it for the sheer
real
point of entertainment, though. I did that, you know, just to be entertaining, I guess. But, I mean, I have nothing against Doug. You know, nothing against Doug at all. I just want him to get better. You know, I hope he is watching these streams, watching some of these videos. Just take in what people have to say and just, you know, try to better yourself.
You were the only one to pass out.
And Sam is a nice guy. Yes, he is.
All I have to say is don't listen to people like Miss Anthropony. In a video he made, I don't know how many months back, but he outright called Doug a pedo for listing Sailor Moon as one of his favorite women. And
yeah, Miss Anthropony is just a bitter person.
Yeah, you see, I liked his roast of.
We need to get our other co-host in here.
But I can't get behind him if he keeps on railing like on Doug like that.
We're gonna get our other co-host in here. Last night I went solo. Yeah, I know. I saw him in the chat, and I was like, I gotta bring him in, but I can't because Discord was like being slow, and I'm sorry.
It's totally fine.
I'm sorry, zombie fan.
And I didn't know. Sorry about that. Sorry that Discord decided to boomer on us.
Yeah, and not only that, you couldn't hear anybody at first. Is like, what's wrong with you, Discord? and then I found out it was actually me not having the volume on. So, what did you think of that conversation?
It was a very interesting conversation. I kind of liked what FENNAH had to say. It was very, very insightful.
Yeah, he is a good guy. I mean, he was good enough to come on here.
I mean,
I'd like to talk to him one-on-one someday. I really talk about animation.
I mean, I'm an animator myself, and I'm hoping that I can learn as much as I can. And, you know, me and him, we talked throughout the day. He stays very busy. He does. And, you know, I don't want to bombard him or anything, but hopefully he watches some of my streams and, gives me some criticism on some of my animation stuff I'm going to be working on, which you all will see that soon enough. But I think people can learn a lot from this. It's okay to have a different opinion.
Exactly.
We all think differently, and that's what makes us individuals. Is having different opinions, things, and some things I agree with him. Just how YouTube itself has just become nothing more than a. It's become nothing more than a shit hole for drama.
Well,
Oh, no
they're
kidding.
trying to shut that down, but it's only creating more.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
just pouring gasoline onto a fire.
You see, Josh Scorcher. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Josh
I know who
Scorcher
Josh Scorcher
just.
is.
But today he got a copyright strike for his original song he uses in his videos.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People have been
Oh,
getting
my.
copyright strikes for original music. Even my music got a copyright strike.
That is so dumb.
Until I fixed it. I said, no, I created this.
I mean, I remember this happened
And they're
a
like,
while
oh,
back.
we're sorry, it's our algorithm. We'll fix it.
Algorithm my ass.
Skeptical Fox said, I understand Doug and the others put a lot of time into it, but even if you put a lot of time into things, it can turn out bad. Doug's part as a prime example. Yeah, I mean, it's not about how much work you put into something. It's all about the what comes out of it in the end. And you can work as hard as you want. And I'm sure, that's what he did in his animations here, which definitely shows it paid off. But
Yeah, the animations, hands down, in that quote.
Oh my god, they're movie
was
quality.
good.
I
mean,
don't understand
yeah,
why
they're good.
he isn't hired by Hollywood or somebody. I'm like, why are you going to? Why are
Well,
you
I think a
going to
part of it is
panels?
because he's in the UK.
Yeah,
I know.
well, I'm just
The reason why
saying,
Hollywood's one of
good CGI.
Oh yeah, it is high
Yeah,
quality
and
CGI.
he blends it with live action really well.
And with this for the type of green screen, it is it's really good.
Oh yeah, and that's the best thing about the movie. I mean, not the movie, the review. The movie didn't have CGI. I was about to say.
You can debate it, but there is some animation mixed in with live action sequences. But I don't know if it was a test or something.
I think Doug bit off more than he could chew. There's way too much in this review. It's 40 minutes long, by the way, and that's the movie itself is like 90 minutes long.
Yeah, I just watched it last night because of the review. I liked it fine, but at the same point of time, I can see where Doug's coming from. So I'm sort of in the middle. I can see where Doug's coming from, but at the same time, I can see where you're coming from. But at the same point, I think the hate is just too overblown towards Doug.
Yeah, you can hear Krillin in the background.
Yeah, that would be my roommate. He can actually do Krillin from Team 4 Star.
I will admit, he does sound a lot like Krillin.
Speaking of,
Meanwhile, I can do Vegeta, Prince of all Saiyans.
I was gonna say, like, I mean, there's a lot of legit movie reviewers you could see that deserve to be checked out. Red Letter Media, YMS, I Hate Everything, Ralph the Movie Maker. There's so many good movie critics. I think what Doug is trying to do, he's trying to go for more of the entertainer type of movie reviewer.
Well, he did it. That's how he started out.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he's still doing that. It's how he made his name So why fix what
Yeah.
isn't broken?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing with Angry Video Game Nerd. I mean, he was kind of more entertainer kind of value, and he stuck with it.
Ah, spilling.
Only
pop
difference
everywhere.
is
God damn.
only difference is that
Yeah, just fuck it. I'll
Doug
just run it.
couldn't break out of the Nostalgia Critic reigns.
Yeah.
I'll have to get that.
He tried,
Be right back.
but
funding for that got
Alright.
really low.
he
Yeah, I'm
failed.
wearing the same shirt, by the way, because I'm sort of lazy to change clothes right now.
Let's see, what am I
And I took a
I'm
shower.
wearing?
How's it going, goddess?
Speaking of which, do
I'll
you
be
want
right
to
back.
know of a good parody
Hey,
that
folks, so
Doug
many
actually
people
did
love
that
when
was
I
2
use
years
this
ago?
avatar.
Oh, yeah, I
fucking
definitely
love it.
want to hear about that.
The It movie review. That was amazing. Of course, opening notwithstanding, other than the opening
There's a
where
whole
he's
entire
basically
story around
shouting at his
that.
critics.
I don't want to go into
Um,
detail.
After that,
I don't want to go into detail.
it's
about it.
amazing.
I'll probably have to check it out sometime.
Um,
If I
I
ever
mean,
get time.
he does
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it,
basically
all right.
he has
I'ma
the
say it.
Skarsgård it and Tim Curry it sitting
Totally
around
say it.
talking, and
Totally.
they both
Oh.
basically
Oh
say,
yeah,
"I almost
tail's
got
wrapped around
it."
my waist. My tail's wrapped around my waist.
Okay, I
We
will admit,
talked
that
about it.
actually is pretty good.
Um,
Look carefully. It's wrapped
and
around my
I wouldn't be
waist.
surprised if he does that again for Chapter 2, because
I have a
he's
tail.
planning on release the Chapter 2 It review this year.
I mean, if he does, I mean, that would be honestly kind of cool. I mean, it might give him back some favor points.
Yeah, not to mention, you know that one German dance scene in the It movie?
Oh, I have not seen any of the It movies. I need to fucking see it.
I haven't, but basically,
I love that laughing
in
my ass
that,
off.
in that they actually had him do a dance in the movie. Walker does it, and he puts on me over and over again.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna continue playing this.
Like,
I still want to look at this. The trial itself, like when we were talking about it, like, you know, I mean, this is the only good thing about. I mean, well, not the only good thing. That's kind of a
Corey's
stretch.
reaction was the best part.
Corey Taylor. It's a review.
It's a review. Oh,
It's a review.
that was
That Corey
like-
Taylor.
was like
Hang on.
part when I went back and rewatched it. It was like that is like the best part. Like it's a review. Motherfucker, what was?
Yeah. All right, I had to change the region again. By the way, the call quality's kind of dipping.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh shit, the South.
Oh,
Yeah, but,
my, it is
yeah,
so good to
if
see
it-
another version of
everyone,
me. It's so
want-
fucking rare.
Wants to see a good
Oh
parody?
my, oh
Watch Doug
shit.
Walker's It
You are a
review
lighter
from
version of me. What has made
2017.
you so
It was
bright
on
and
Nostalgia
baby?
Ween, and he did a great job with the parody. And
You haven't been in the
basically,
sun
like
as
in
long as I
both,
have been.
it's
Oh, you are
it's
so
a new take on old versus new.
Look
Nice.
what happens to your skin when you
And
let the sun
it
for
was
too
really
long.
good.
It's just too much.
They even had a guy pretending to be from IT.
The ointment and the
says,
oils and everything. They were completely
it says,
destroyed by getting you.
We don't
This was
really
not
call
that.
ourselves the It crowd as much as the IT
Yes,
crowd.
the ointment.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that was
At
actually
the-
good.
At the ending,
Look, what's
where
talking
they
to
have
you?
the
You
Joker
know,
appear.
someone has to talk to
and it says,
Yeah.
if you want to be take it from the original Killer Clown,
Oh, your
be
uncle
bold.
is
Look at
also-
look at this. Look at stuff like this. Like, you know, he does a good job of, you know, like, you know, I mean, looking at it, you can't even tell if there's
Nothing
any
wrong,
issues
it's
with it.
just some
Like,
self-obsessed. There's
Yeah,
nothing
it
wrong here.
looks.
Yeah, it's It's really good. I
It's
really
Beautiful
loved
God, we
this
just choose all one.
these scenes and everything. The
It's-
imagery is beautiful.
But
know,
I
it
mean,
is.
my only question though is why couldn't this be its own thing? Like, period. Why is it in
Well-
this review? And that's the I think people shouldn't taint it for that. You shouldn't, just because
mean,
this
the
is in the review. You shouldn't taint that. It doesn't
mean-
deserve that type of criticism. It should be praised on its own, and it is really good. I mean, look at the dragon. Look at the detail and everything. This looks like
I
a
know.
movie I'd like to see.
I know this looks like straight out of like some high budget Hollywood studio. It looks that high quality.
I mean, I get sort of a Tim Burton vibe, looking at
Oh my
everything.
goodness, I definitely love quite a few of Tim Burton's animated films. I really like that whole
Oh.
creepy, depressing vibe.
Oh,
I don't
speaking
see you
of
up
Tim
because I'm
Burton,
blind. It's so good to see you.
FENNAH actually did do
By the
animations
way,
to
I'm actually
Sweeney
working on
Todd.
an edit for you.
Oh,
Featuring his characters. They're animation tests.
You're all about.
You
the
can
whole
check them out on his
fire
channel.
Stalking Majin, right?
And yeah, that's supposed to represent the judge,
Look forward to
his
it.
character here. In the movie, the judge
I
is
would love to send you a
basically
message of one of my
Pink,
prior works so you can
judging
get an idea
himself.
what to
But
look forward to. I can't remember what your Discord was.
if you watch the trial, like watch the original trial, you'll understand, what the characters represent, what each one represents. You have, of course, the protective mother, the abusive Dean,
Send them a message.
the
I hope it
cheating
is the right
wife. You know,
Speaking of, you can see the entire trial music video on YouTube.
oh yeah. I'm surprised YouTube has that up still. But the trial itself, the whole scene, a lot of people don't know what it's about. Basically, Pink puts himself on trial. All of this is going on in his head. It's all just, and I use this word a lot, epitome. It's an epitome of everything that's going on through his mind, what he's experiencing, and he's basically just judging himself because he holds himself in isolation, and he's trying to break out of it. And the trial is basically to determine, whether he should break out or not. And the judge basically says, break down the wall. And he does. He says, I sentence you to break the wall.
I've got to say, this
Break
could
the wall.
actually also universally translate to everyone is their own judge at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
big
Um,
time.
Because your biggest critic can be yourself.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because for instance, whenever I try to do any demo reels or anything for YouTube, I criticize myself very harshly.
I mean, look at some of these animation tests, though. I mean, he puts a lot of work into it.
It is.
You could look at
nice.
everything. You can look at everything and judge it for yourself. A lot of people say that, oh, this is furry bait and shit like that. That's not criticism.
This is far from furry bait. This is like really high quality artwork put on display.
Take it from a furry. Not everyone that's into furries will draw furries. Okay.
Yeah, it's the video sort of.
I mean, look.
But you
Walt
could
Disney
see
was not a
everything at
furry.
least when it's paused like this. You could see how amazing it is. Look at that.
Oh boy. I mean, just for clarification, I listened to part of the Wall album today, and I think it's pretty good.
It's not pretty good. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, I haven't listened to all of it, so I don't have a full opinion of it.
I plan to actually review and analyze the movie,
Ooh.
myself. I actually plan to do that. That's the thumbnail you see in this for this stream. That was the thumbnail I was gonna use for the review.
Nice.
But I can't change the thumbnail for some reason. Won't let me. So I'll have to try to change it after this stream is over. To the thumbnail that I originally had. But that's what we were gonna discuss. I mean, unfortunately, he couldn't stay too long. Because it's late. His time zone is different from mine. I figured I'd start the stream early because that way we could try to get him in.
Yeah, that seems fair enough.
Yeah, and it was interesting talking to him. He seemed like a real, genuinely nice guy.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely love to talk with him more. Try to get him on a stream. Definitely would try to get him on earlier, though.
I mean, I definitely want to talk about more animation stuff because that's something I'm getting into as a beginner animator. I've never done a full animation myself fully. I've done sprite animations, but I wouldn't really call them animations. Well, I shouldn't say that. I wouldn't call them the type of animations like this and stuff. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was my very first time doing that. But I mean, a lot of people. I think a lot of people shouldn't judge someone's work all because it's part of something bad. Because this is not bad. This is really good. I mean, it's probably some of the best animation I've seen in a long time. To be honest.
Oh yeah, it is extremely high quality animation, and
I had to drink the rest of that.
It's very, very fluent. Like, it looks almost lifelike.
I have to have at least one pop a day. So I'm drinking a Pepsi.
Yeah, compared to me, I'm a complete
I don't drink.
addict.
I don't drink a whole lot of I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I mean, I have to have caffeine to stay awake.
Welcome to my world.
I mean, I mean, probably after this stream, I'm probably gonna go on Twitch and stream a little bit because I need to get back on Twitch and start streaming. If it's just when you get off of work and everything, it's like
you just want to relax.
You just want to relax. It's
that's basically me after the end of every extremely long shift.
Oh yeah.
Just like I'm like, oh god, it's Sunday because it becomes extremely busy.
Oh yeah, and people just to let you all know, if you're experiencing any issues with the stream, I do apologize. I don't know why, what's going on. Real quick. I might have to change the bit rate.
I was actually just about to suggest that. I'm like, maybe the bit rate is the issue?
Maybe that is the issue.
Yeah.
I have fiber optic. I shouldn't have any problems.
That is really weird.
Hang on. I'm gonna change it to...
Oh, dang it. I forgot to ask FENNAH when his site's maintenance would be done. Because his site is currently under maintenance.
Yeah.
And I want to see the lore behind his characters.
Nice. I'm heading to the About section. 18 plus content. Watch with caution. Yeah, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
But I think that and he is demonetized because he has a lot of swearing in his videos.
YouTube does not like those naughty words.
How dare you say those naughty words?
Nope, and you can actually see a video where he literally puts why I'm demonetized.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
I saw it too, and I laughed.
I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube demonetized "Fucked with an Anchor" by Ales.
Yeah, I have a Hatsune Miku background, by the way, people. I'm a big Hatsune Miku fan. that tells you about my musical taste.
Good thing
let's
I'm
see.
not. Good thing I'm not. I don't have any sort of background set because I'm pretty sure I'd be demonetized on the thought onto the spot because I'd
Let's
have
see.
some girl completely in dominatrix gear just moving over a
Oh.
guy with the collar and leash on.
Oh
Okay,
God,
the
Smart.
stream is good now. I see
Hey.
that. Yay, it's good now. It's showing good. That's why I don't usually stream on YouTube. I mostly like to stream on Twitch because it has a much better bandwidth like than YouTube does.
Yeah. Twitch has much better bandwidth.
And
I don't know. Maybe
I
it's
don't know
because of
why.
California.
Maybe
It's YouTube.
California.
Oh
knows
wait,
how to
oh wait,
party.
I misspoke. I
You
mispronounced the
misspoke.
name. It's California.
Let's see.
California knows how to party.
Let's see. I don't
Knows how to party.
have anything on my YouTube channel because, well, I do want to make YouTube videos someday, just not right now. Have to
See,
get
I can
everything
sing better
together.
than Doug.
Uh, but Zombie, if you want to make videos, and you don't want to be censored, go to BitChute.
Education.
Oh yeah,
We don't need
even
no
Because
thought control.
BitChute is a very free speech
Hey,
oriented.
yeah,
teacher,
BitChute is
leave
very
those kids alone.
BitChute. I heard is a lot better than.
All in all, we're just another brick to the wall.
Yeah, I heard BitChute
All
is
in
pretty good.
all, you're just another brick to the wall.
But
Yeah, but let's see. On my Twitter profile, I have Slipknot behind it, and a lot of
Yeah.
the lyrical stuff is extremely fucking brutal. Like
Oh, yeah.
like the opening lyrics to Disaster Piece are extremely graphic.
You know what? I'm surprised he like there's plenty of other musical movies. He should probably. I mean, I saw his review of The Cell, but
Be disturbed.
be disturbed.
That was like the best part of that.
I'm surprised he didn't
Right.
review Phantom of the Opera.
he did.
Oh, he
He
did?
did, but it was
Yeah,
like
and
it
he
was
had
like the,
Beth Elderkin in it.
Oh yeah.
Going
Oh yeah,
But
he
I'm talking
was.
about the one with Gerald Butler or Gerard Butler.
It had Gerard Butler in it.
Uh,
I don't know. I like that one better than some of the other ones I've seen. There's
He
plenty
also
of.
criticized Michael Crawford as well.
Oh yeah.
He's,
Yeah, well,
he's actually really good in the film though.
I think
He,
are we talking about the 2004 film?
yeah, but he criticized both the 2004 film and the original with Michael Crawford. He mixed it up in the middle of the video.
Hang on, guys. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, never mind. It was saying, like, in OBS that there was some encoding issues. I don't know why.
Nani?
Shouldn't. I don't know what it is, people. I know it's not my PC or, I mean, my computer can handle this. It's just, the connection, I'm guessing.
By the way, the last night or the night before, I forget, I did a couple of streams. I accidentally showed a brutal scene when speaking about Higurashi.
Oh no.
I sent it in the chat. I accidentally
Whoops.
showed that.
Oh, whoops. Well, at least the crow race is covering up some of it.
Uh,
Let me try something here.
and I also
I think my-
showed Rika accidentally knifing herself in the head.
Oh,
Hang
God.
on, I'm bringing up Task Manager real quick.
Alrighty.
See if
Let's-
taking off some stuff.
Yeah, well, let's see. I think my sister actually owned a copy of the 2004 movie because she loves Phantom of the Opera. Like, she loved it.
I listened to Gerard Butler sing in Phantom of the Opera. He doesn't do half bad.
No, he doesn't.
Let's see. I think the ultimate time she fangirled big
Okay,
time is when she.
that sort of helped a little bit. Okay,
Yeah, like the biggest time my sister actually fangirled when she
it's
actually
the
saw.
CPU. It's my CPU. That's what it is.
What kind of CPU do you have?
I have a. Let's see. I think it's. I don't know really. I'd have to look at. I already forgot about it. I already forgot. I already forgot what type of CPU I have.
It's probably a Intel processor. It really depends. Let's
No,
see.
it's
'Cause I'm
not
on my lap-
Intel. It's
AMD.
AMD. Yeah.
Um,
Which
let's see,
I need to get I need to get another CPU.
Would you like a Would you like a recommendation from me?
My friend actually sent me some parts
Oh, nice.
to order.
Yeah, well, let's see. Cause I'm gonna be building my own. Let's see. The CPU I have is
Okay,
behind me.
let's
It's
see.
a Ryzen 7 3700X.
Trying to see if there's anything I can cancel out here. Exit out Steam. Maybe that'll work. Not my connection. Stop. I don't want that. There we go. I want to get back to the chat here.
Oh yeah, Skeptical Foxes. Sweeney Todd is the shit.
Oh yeah. Sweeney
I
Todd's
especially
amazing.
love. I especially love the Epiphany scene, where Sweetie says, "We all deserve to die," and then
That's understandable, Broly.
and then is saying,
There was
and then
no
there's-
auto tune.
yeah. So I was surprised that Johnny Depp could sing that well.
I know. Johnny Depp does have a music career.
That I did not know.
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah.
You didn't know that Johnny Depp had a music career?
No,
I mean,
I
he's
didn't.
he's best. I mean, come on. He's friends with Marilyn Manson.
Hang on,
Oh.
people.
That explains why he looked so much like him in Sweeney Todd.
I don't know. Oh yeah, he kind of did look like Marilyn Manson a little bit.
Will you be able
Sweeney
to invite
Todd.
me, man? This thing kind of getting crazy
And,
now.
and ironically enough, without his makeup on, Marilyn Manson looks like Nicolas Cage. I'm not even joking. If you look up Marilyn Manson without makeup, he does look like Nicolas Cage.
You know what's funny?
Mm.
My brother
Okay.
actually
I
tried
think
to
it was
stop me
also
from
the
watching.
webcam too.
My brother tried to stop me from watching Sweeney Todd when I was younger and it was just coming out, and then I watched it and I went like, "What? What were you talking about? I love it!" and then I talked to my dad about it, and he said, "Oh, I see. It's because it's basically a modern opera."
Yeah,
So,
did you see the Sweeney Todd animation test? I'm actually gonna pull that up. I want to see that, and I'll play it for you guys since he gave me permission to.
Yeah, so we don't have to worry about copyright strikes, although we may have to worry about it from Warner Brothers or whoever owns the movie rights to.
Warner
let's
Brothers
see.
Warner Brothers will more than likely just content ID. That's typically what these big
I
companies
gotta find
do. They just
the
content
Sweeney
it.
Todd one. Oh, he did amazing Davy Jones impressions. I'm trying to find the Sweeney Todd one. Is it this one? Sweeney?
Yeah, Sweeney.
Okay, character animation test Sweeney. Should I play the sound?
Yeah, play with sound.
How all the demons in hell have come to torment me. What about...
By the way, if you're on
Into
mobile,
the oven with her.
Why
do
did
not
you
use
scream?
the YouTube app.
Is the judge
Use
still
the
alive?
website.
He was clutching onto my skirt, but now he's
not
finished.
bad.
Right, leave them to me. Open the oven doors.
No,
Open the doors, I said.
don't touch her.
What is the matter with you? She's just a miserable
Okay,
old
the
bitch.
frame rate is tanking here when I play this.
So it's
God.
YouTube. Got it.
God damn it, YouTube. Get your shit together.
They never will.
She said
It's YouTube.
Oh lord, what is going on?
you knew she lived.
People say that Susan
You
would just
knew
keep
my
moving,
Lucy
I was only thinking of you.
is the one who's being held
Lucy.
responsible. No,
Lucy, a
we have
mad
to hold all
hag, picking
people
bones and
responsible.
rotten spuds out
Yeah,
of
yeah, I was
dustbins.
gonna
Would you
say,
want to know
it's
that's how she ended up?
You lied to me.
No,
is
no,
good.
not lied at all. No one ever lied. Said the poison she did. Never said that she
I've
died.
come
Poor thing. She lived for a little
home
week in
again.
the head. All she did for months was just lie there in bed. Should have been in hospital, wound up in Bedlam instead.
Oh my
Think she was dead.
God.
Yes, because I love you. I'd be twice the wife she was. I love you.
What have I done? Mrs. Lovett, you're a bloody
Well,
wonder,
in a horror
eminently
film.
practical and yet appropriate as always.
Yeah, they honestly
as you
do.
said
Oh, thank you.
repeatedly, there's
Yeah,
no
I think
point
they
in dwelling
would.
in the past.
Do you
So
mean
come
it?
here.
Everything I did, I swear I thought was only
Not
for
a
the
thing
best.
to fear,
Believe
my
me,
love.
Can we
Dead,
still be
dead,
married?
the history of the
Need more
world,
sci-fi
my
horror.
pet.
Come on.
Oh, Mr. Todd, Mr. Todd, leave it to me.
Is
I'm
learn
watching it,
forgiveness
like,
and try
through
to
this and
forget.
watching
But
it
see,
through
Mr. Todd will
the
become the cozy. You and me,
stream
Mr.
here.
Todd, but there's no one nosy.
And life is for the alive, my dear. So let's keep living it.
Just keep living it, really living it.
I think I might have fixed it a little bit. Okay, that wasn't bad at all. No, I mean, I can see he put a lot of work into that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it looks really good.
He clearly put a lot of work into the characters he made.
Oh yeah, it looks really good.
And
I mean,
if there's
honestly, I would hire him if I had the money. Because this is just why I don't understand.
would-
This guy is talented.
I would hire you for an avatar maker or banner maker if I had the money.
Oh man, I would do the same too. And
It's like, come on, like Doug's review, like, you know. I hope
It's
he gets
not
more
the-
work. I really do. I want him to get more
I
work.
want him to get
And
more work,
he
too.
said I heard he said he was.
Nice.
If anything, Doug Walker's review is just blown out of proportion because people loved The Wall. I personally never heard about it until Doug made a review of it.
I've heard of it, and I don't know when I saw.
I'm
it,
gonna
it was
check
like-
out some of his other stuff here.
Yeah, it was like years ago when I believe I was
These are really
a
good.
sophomore in high school. Is when I like saw a clip from The Wall. But then again, I was like 16, and I don't remember anything from that. 'Cause I'm old.
I watched The Wall just last night.
I would definitely want to check out his his Satellite City series. Got a new game and the
watched all of
music
it.
isn't working in it. Been looking up comments and forums for half an hour now. What game are you playing? What game are you trying to play there, Skeptic? Ox?
Yeah, what game are you trying to play?
I mean, I used to have a problem with Binding of Isaac. Like, for some reason, when I try to record it, like, you could hear popping sounds from my mic, which I found out you have to, it's like a bug in the USB drive.
That's weird.
When you download the game, it sends like a bug to your USB drive, and you hear popping sound.
That
I
is
love you,
super
Mama
weird.
Blue.
I love you, Mama Blue.
I think the only game I've had only a couple issues on was like Left 4 Dead 2, but that's because I modded the crap out of it.
Oh, here's another one. Here's another Sweeney Todd. Let's watch it.
All this running and shouting. What is it now, dear?
I had him, and then
I know the sailor burst in. I saw them both running down the street and I said to myself, well, that's fat enough.
I had him. His throat was bare beneath my hand.
There, dear, don't fret.
No, I hadn't. His throat was there. Now he'll never come again.
Hush,
Not
love,
bad.
hush. I keep telling
But I will give
what's your
What
rush?
you want?
Doug
I wait. You told me to wait. Now he'll never come
Yeah,
again.
definitely a lot.
There's a hole in the world like a great black pit. It's filled with people who are filled with shit, and the vermin of
Just
the
really
world
needs to work on
inhabit
the
it.
right.
Yeah, the
But
writing
not for
is definitely his
They all
biggest
deserve to die. Tell you why, Mrs. Lovett, tell you why. Because in all of the whole human race, Mrs. Lovett, there are two kinds of men and only two. There's one staying put in his
Tell
put
it,
place,
Bob.
and the one with his foot in the other one's face. Look at me, Mrs. Lovett,
This is
look
really
at you.
good stuff.
We all deserve
Like, I'm
to
digging it, and not only that, he knows how
Mrs.
to,
Lovett,
like,
even I.
give expression.
Because the lives of the wicked should be made brief for the
yeah,
rest of us.
this
Death
is-
would be a relief. We all deserve to die.
And when it comes to characters, he's really good at creating characters.
Oh yeah, he really lets his imagination run wild. And if there's anything I'm excited for, it's amazing characters.
Wait! I'm alive
Yeah, like I said,
and
some of these would work well in a supernatural world.
See, I love stuff like that.
These
Yeah.
creatures would work extremely well in like Supernatural.
Oh yeah, that is good stuff. Good stuff. Silence,
Ah.
Bob. Silence.
Yeah,
I kill you.
I mean,
Yes.
this horned dog creature, that would work
Silence.
extremely
I know.
well as somewhat of a hellhound.
I know. I mean, if they would have used a design for that for a Hellhound, a Supernatural, that would be fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what did we get as hellhounds? Oh, right, skinless dogs, basically.
Skinless dogs.
They ripped off Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's basically what the hellhounds are in Supernatural
That
were.
was-
They were skinless dogs.
They were Resident Evil dogs. They just wanted to eat your face off.
Did the Nostalgia Critic ever review Resident Evil?
I'm gonna go look.
No, I don't think so. Bayless did.
Yeah, I think he will. And
Okay.
you know, hopefully he does get.
He's been.
The
Hopefully he
only,
gets
the only
FENNAH
semi
to animate it, like have the dogs like actually attack them and stuff. That would look.
Doug, if
that
you're
would be
watching
awesome.
this live stream, get FENNAH again, okay?
Yeah, have FENNAH
Yeah.
make the attack dogs from Resident Evil, so that way it looks like they're actually attacking you.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
The Black
get
Shuck,
them.
it's in his name. The Black Shuck.
Ah, yeah. Black Shuck. I know of the legend. That's basically what they call hellhounds over there.
Yep. But yeah, he should hire this guy again because he's really good.
Yeah.
Honestly,
mean-
I'm sort of interested in seeing what FENNAH can do for the Nostalgia Critics It review.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
If he does animation for the It review, that'd be awesome. But I just want to get this out there. The only good Resident Evil movie is the second one.
But
that's
I think though he said that he works a lot,
Yeah.
on these, and these do take a long time. I can tell.
Yeah.
and from what I've also, if I do recall, he's got quite a few
Heathens is
people
better
on
in the new
YouTube to
one.
help him.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind he's really good at what he does, and to me it just feels like, when you watch the review, when you watch the wall review, it's like, he doesn't deserve, he deserves better.
Yeah, he definitely.
Because I even told him that. I was like, dude, you deserve better,
Oh yeah,
Well, it was clearly just a ploy to get noticed.
Yeah,
Uh,
and he got
yeah.
noticed. Just there's people out there attacking him for no reason. It's like,
I
that
mean, he doesn't deserve to be attacked. I mean, his animation in the review was one of the strongest parts of the review.
well, personally,
yeah, Disney
I
people should
think he
hire
would
him.
have been
Pixar,
attacked
DreamWorks, fucking
regardless.
hire this guy.
I personally think that he would have been attacked regardless because his name is attached to Channel Awesome now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Change the Channel crowd, while there's few people in it as there was back in the past, there's still people there that will attack anyone that associates themselves with Doug Walker, Rob Walker, or
Yeah,
Mike
and it's
Machado.
because of the Channel Awesome bullshit. It's like, come on, people, get over it. We don't know the full story. All they did was just post documents. They didn't post any evidence. It's like, come on, people. We gotta take it for face value, It's he said, she said.
What's that?
Yeah, I'll admit I was one of those that was railing against Doug Walker as well. Maybe not as much as Mike Machado. I was railing against Mike Machado even harder because he seemed like a total douche.
He is a total douche.
But I will say this: I do apologize for the part I played in it.
I've never seen it.
But I am but I took quite a long time to think about it, and I just think, dudes, just calm down. Okay, there's literally no evidence to support that Doug, Mike, or Rob did anything really illegal or anything to hurt anyone.
Yeah, valid. People spread the word, give the man some support. Oh yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I'm gonna link his channel, in the description of this stream, which I had it earlier, but I didn't think, I'd be able to get him on. I mean, because I was gonna have the stream at 11. That was originally the time frame I usually set these streams. But, I figured, hey, I might as well get him on early so that way, I can have him on and we could talk about this, because, I think people right now, they're jumping on to Doug. I mean, which to me, it's a good thing they're not jumping on to him. FENNAH, I'm sorry. He doesn't deserve the backlash because of the review, because his part was the best part. and I think that's what people are going to look at it as. That's the best thing about the review is the animation. A lot of people say it's shitty. I disagree. It is not shitty at all. I mean, I don't know what the fuck they're smoking to call it shitty. It's not a shitty animation at all. And you know, I watched someone's video about that. They said that the animation was shitty. No, it's not. This is really good animation.
It is high
I mean, it
quality
may
animation.
look weird, but it's a unique kind of weird. It's a creative kind of weird.
It's like it's like something out of a Tim. It's like something out of a Tim Burton movie.
Because if we want to argue, you know, if his animation is shit, then you know the Wall's animation is shit. We might as well say that because anything that's abstract is shit, right?
Apparently.
Apparently, but it's not. It's not shit. It's not shit at all. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, you're just saying that because you got the guy on your stream." No, I legit said it in the last stream, and I said it in the stream before. The animation is the best part about the review.
Yeah, I mean, how dare Studio Trigger have more of an abstract design? I mean, how dare they? It just looks weird.
Yeah,
I
how
mean,
dare people?
Take it from someone who didn't even watch the Wall until recently. I loved the animation in the Wall as well as the review at the very end most of all. I even said when we railed on the review that I loved the animation at the end.
Oh, yeah.
And hey, I even criticized the guy for one portion of it right to his face, and he took it like a champ. He said, "Yeah, that's a fair point." And I'll admit that's a nitpick. Overall, it was an A plus in terms of animation.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it from a technical standpoint, it's really good. The lip syncing is good. Uh, the music is good because his father made it, and his father fucking beast.
His father did an amazing job.
Oh yeah, his father made the music for the trial. And it's better than Doug's voice, guys.
It is.
Well, like I said, I won't say that Doug has the perfect singing voice.
Would you rather listen to
it-
would you rather listen to the trial that he animated with good singing and good music than Doug's crappy voice?
I'd go with the good singing every single time.
I go with
Again.
the good singing as well. What I'm trying to say is Doug can carry a tune if it's in short spurts.
Can.
But yeah,
he can.
Spurts, he can carry.
By the way, guys, this will be the last stream that I do of this because I'm getting sick and tired of talking about it. I want to move on from The Wall. It's a good movie. I plan to do an analysis of it to break down everything, and it's probably gonna be the longest video I've made, like in terms of reviewing and you know, I'm gonna break down everything. That way, people understand the movie and come up with their own opinions. That's what people need to do instead of watching the review. Like, form your own opinion. Don't just listen to what critics say. Don't listen to what people like me say. Form your own thoughts. You know, that's the best advice I can give anybody.
That's sort of what I did with Cool World. I watched Cool World and I liked it.
I'm sorry, my cat almost knocked over one of my case holders again.
Well, don't let your pussy get out of control.
Oh, god damn it. Well, she's 3 years old and she knows how to be all calm.
Because some people see creatures or animal characters and say, "Ew, furry," and that's not any criticism. That's insulting the man's work.
I mean, come on. I get made fun of for having an anime profile pic all the time, and it's like and they're like, your opinion is invalid. I'm
I
like,
mean,
I can say the same thing about you.
when people, but I did bring up that argument of, generally speaking, a lot of people would look at it and say those are furry characters, those are furry creatures. That's just a generalization, but in an articulate way of putting it, just calling them furries, that's that doesn't make you smart. It's not criticism. Saying, "Ew, they're furry creatures. They're nasty looking." They're not. I mean, it's abstract. You don't like the look of it, and that's the point of abstract art. People have different opinions on it.
I mean, what do you think? Picasso is really well known. He has some very, very abstract
I want to
art.
show you guys something. This is I'm gonna show you guys Jackson Pollock. You know who Jackson Pollock is, right? He's
No.
a well-known painter, and I'll show you what his paint looks like. His art stuff looks like. This is what it looks like. You don't know what any of this is, what it means. But in his mindset, he knows exactly what it means. To us, it looks like nothing but drippings, paint drippings. But he discovered the dripping technique. They call him Jack the Dripper. Yeah.
That's an appropriate name.
And you know how much his artwork is worth?
I'm guessing probably millions of dollars.
65 million.
Well, I was.
Wow.
Well, I was up. Well, I was up there at least.
Mm-hmm. He does need to learn the art of motion blur. Yeah, sort of. But I think it's just something over time, I mean, to me, looking at it from a technical standpoint, it was hard for me to even, see any flaws with it.
Yeah.
A fairy, I like it, and they're not, they retracted. Oh, they retracted it.
Oh no.
Don't retract it. I wanted to read that.
Actually really good.
Let us see the juicy content.
Some abstract artists, some furry artists are actually really good. But some of the stigma behind furries is because a lot of them also are a part of cancel culture.
Yeah.
Here's
also,
what people believe. This right here is DA fur. I put DA. DA stands for DeviantArt, by the way. I'm not a furry, but I like it, and they are not furries. Well, except Heisentley. This is what people believe is furry art. And here's the thing, I have nothing against this kind of art at all. I mean, it's overabundant, but I mean, why can't you just accept that they're characters? That'd be like criticizing anime characters. That'd be like saying everything is an anime character.
Well, technically it is, because anime is just Japanese for animation.
You consider Lucy a furry, but that's okay. Lucy's a furry.
It's okay. All I'm saying is don't automatically say you furry. That's
Look
all.
at this picture of Donald Trump that someone made.
No. They made Donald Trump a furry. Oh no.
No, this ain't a furry. No, look at this.
God.
Fire and Fury. I think I misspelled furry.
Yeah, it's Furry.
Yeah, I misspelled furry.
Yeah.
God, what is
Oh,
wrong with me? I'm such a boomer.
Goddamn boomers ruin everything.
Okay, this is furry art. This is what people believe, you know. Oh, this isn't real art.
Yeah.
See, Kung Fury right up there.
I mean,
Oh, this isn't
personally,
art.
I am.
None of this is art.
Personally, I'm not a huge fan of furry art, but I'm not gonna be an absolute asshole and shit on people who do enjoy furry art.
So I don't see his animations as that at all.
I mean, yeah, his animations are far from furries because typically furries are anthropomorphic animals. That's typically what they are. They're animals
But
with human bodies.
just generalizing and saying they're furry DeviantArt furry characters. It's like what's
They
that?
are far.
What's
They're
that even
far.
mean?
I mean, they are far from DeviantArt furry characters. They're amazing characters.
I mean, and they have
Yeah.
personalities and they have backstories. I even looked it up. One of them actually caused World War I and World War II. I think it was Ludwig that did that.
Oh,
Ludwig?
Yeah. I mean,
But-
I'd have to actually look into his series because I'm fascinated with that kind of stuff. I love World War II
Yeah.
stuff.
Never watched it.
But
yeah,
I may actually do a stream where I make fun of certain artists. Well, not make fun of them, just criticize some of their
criticize
work.
them.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
you guys
'cause,
would want me to do that, I mean, I'd be up for doing that, you know, because I'm an artist as well. And here's the thing: I don't claim my art to be high class art. I just look at things with my eyes, and I can tell you if it's shit or not.
Alrighty, I just want to say I personally think she's inspired by the Cheshire Cat and the Mad Hatter and maybe some Queen of Hearts. Yeah, Lucy does kind of give me that sort of vibe. Is that she's like a combination of Cheshire Cat, the Mad Hatter, with a little bit of the Queen of Hearts just thrown into there. And it
By-
genuinely works.
I don't
By the
like
way,
bad
I
furry
think,
art when it's well done. Okay.
I think Markiplier's brother is a furry.
Yeah, that's people's opinions. Like they look at it and it's like, oh, this looks really bad, yet it's not bad.
Yeah, and I think the reason why
I think,
furries...
and they're only trashing it because Doug's review was crap, and that's just, it's awful.
It's a little unfair to the person that had
This is
nothing to
what
do
people
with the
should
rest
be
of the review.
criticizing right here. This shit right here. Look at that. Ugh. Like this fucking shit right here. This is. Here's the thing. I don't consider this art because, for one, you're taking a character and you're blowing them up. Like,
yeah, I see it. It looks god awful. I don't like that kind of art.
I mean, okay, the shading looks good, but other than that,
Right.
it's like, what the fuck is this?
What's the point of it?
You took Sally Acorn and you blew her up? Okay. What's different about her? Like, just the... I hate the fucking... That's the type of art I detest. Because you see that all over the place. You see, vor, you see fucking, characters with fatness, like, that's not being creative. Oh, you made the character wider. Nice. I'm surprised I don't see my own art there. Chocolary Pop? That's a nice name, by the way. But yeah, we're looking at some of this art, like trying to figure out why people would think that his animations is DA art when it's not. I mean, clearly, if you look it up, Google DA furry art, and this is what pops up.
It's well, they are Dumb and Dumber, so they would technically.
Like, some of this is really good, though. Some of this furry art is really good. And yeah, I know we're sort of changing the subject a little bit, but I'm trying to figure out why people would think that. His art is... I mean, his animations look like this when they don't.
His
And
animations
that's what I
are-
wanted to bring up with him before he left. I was like, why would people think that?
I mean, his animation is top quality, and his characters are really well made.
I like this one.
Well, I think I can sort of answer
Looks
that.
like
It's
Zora
because of the
from
furry
Lion
stigma.
King too.
Yeah, there is. I mean, yeah, furry stigma is definitely a huge.
You're
factor into
very
that.
welcome. If you have a problem with fic, you won't like Satellite City. Lol. Gimme some originality. I don't have a problem if you're trying to make it creative, but I mean this ain't thick. I like thick characters, but this is not thick. This is like fucking let's make the character look like a balloon and call it art.
Yeah.
Now if it's
I
an
mean-
original character that looks like this, I'm fine with that. Lucy's voice actor is channeling Bonham Carter.
Yeah, Tim Burton's wife.
Oh,
Oh, though you can find some really good Satellite City art on DA.
Okay.
Try looking it up.
Okay. Let's actually go on DA and look at some of this. Duck go.
What does this stream become?
By the way, if you guys want to check out my art is amazing.
Do it. Just check it out. Just do it right now. He's actually really good. I'm totally not shilling whatsoever.
I got messages. You can't see that though. Can't see what those are. The fandom got cancerous for a time. Yeah. I don't draw a lot of furry art. This is probably the closest thing. YouTube, what are you doing? Yes, my only not safe for work art is on full display here.
Bad touch. Abort.
My only not safe for work art. Let's.
There goes your
The
monetization.
fandom got cancerous for a time. I
Okay,
think that's
let's get
referring
rid
to
of
the
that.
furry community.
Yeah, I think
But
the reason
yeah,
why
I mean,
is
my
that
art
people
is more cute. I mean, I'm trying to get away from that, but I'm new to digital art, so I mean, this is the closest thing to a furry I've drawn. Gardevoir.
Oh God.
But let's take a look at some Satellite City art.
Yep, you're gonna have to censor those. You got to censor those tits now.
Yep, I gotta censor those titties. How dare I show? How dare I show breasts?
And this is coming. And this
How
is coming.
dare you show a nipple?
Satellite.
You're upsetting the
City.
Puritans. You're upsetting the Puritans.
Oh gods, no! What happened?
Oh man, like I was reading an article that's already written, and it was about.
Okay, this is actually pretty good. Some of this is. There's over 167 deviations. My question is, why isn't there more?
Reasons.
The life of a pumpkin.
Look at this. I like this one. The Lucy the Lace Maker. Yep. Or Lucy Lace Maker.
Oh yeah, that's some good artwork.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And who says the DeviantArt doesn't have good art?
Once I'm done with the interior,
Well, then they're just stupid.
I'll send you an updated picture.
Let's see. Maybe Choco Larry Pop's art is on here. Why is Yu-Gi-Oh on here?
Who knows? DeviantArt is weird.
It's home to that's some weirdness. Otherwise, it would be DeviantArt.
I'm one as well, and yeah, I don't have just furry characters.
I mean, I think the whole problem with furries. I
Oh god, this one right
I watched
here.
I watched a down a rabbit hole video on it, and it's multiple reasons why. But one of the big ones was that some people during these like furry conventions was like starting out were like total like sex addicts.
Look at
And
this
they were
one,
just-
people. This right here. I like artwork that has, you know, actual backgrounds, you know, that you know, draw their own backgrounds.
Oh, I think I figured out why there's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's because of the satellite thing in
Oh yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
in
5Ds.
5Ds, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
satellite, that's why.
I may or may not have made 3 OCs. Okay, but yeah, I mean, these are the characters. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Not that much. I'm surprised.
What's Punko and Purdy doing there? What? That looks like Pongo and Purdy from 101 Dalmatians. What the heck?
Yeah.
Only drawn in the Family Guy style.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's drawn
I
in
was
like a
about to
Family
say,
Guy style, but the background, like it's shit. It really is.
It's just, you know, just a copy and paste job.
Yeah, let's just draw the characters, and you might have misspelled satellite. Oh my god, what is wrong with me?
You're a boomer. That's what's wrong. That's the entire problem. Quit stealing me at the Ubiquitous thing.
Quit making us young people look bad.
Hang on. I did misspell satellite. I'm sorry.
Oh, you goddamn boomer.
Okay, there.
I am having. Well, let's see. I think
This
the
ain't
only
it, Chief. Hey,
I
quit
don't
copying memes. This ain't it, Chief. Okay, this is it. Okay. Okay, now that's more like it.
Let's see. I think the only. Well, I didn't actually draw because I have zero art.
I have like 30 something characters. Milk fake. This is not bad.
Let's see. I think the only character I've had.
Ludwig. There's my favorite character right there. Ludwig. These are really good.
I haven't chosen a favorite character yet because they're just so cool.
I know.
In terms of design.
I'm gonna head out. Thanks for the entertaining video and others in the chat. Okay, Skeptical Fox. You take care. Oof, typos. Yes, I'm a boomer. I'm sorry.
Goddamn boomers, they ruin everything.
I like this one right here. I like this one right here. I want to actually pull it up for the chat. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall.
Yeah, Winifred actually.
This looks really good. I like this one.
I don't know if you could figure that out, PC, that Winifred is blind.
Yeah, Winifred?
Yeah. She's blind. She's the opener for the trial tribute.
Yep.
Oh, they completely screw him over.
But she.
Yeah, so much Winifred.
But she doesn't really have many lines in Satellite City.
I think there needs to be more love for Winifred. That'd be my only criticism. Needs more love.
Winifred.
Winifred needs more love. Come on, guys. Try to get him to animate more Winifred stuff. Say, Winifred needs love too.
Hashtag love Winifred.
I mean, love the blind people.
Don't be ableist. Oh. There we go. I got my joke in for the day.
A lot of Lacey.
Well, that's somewhat FENNAH's trademark character.
I mean, there's lots of stuff here. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. I mean, and when I say bad, I speak subjectively. Of course, I mean, there's a lot of people that may like it. Some people may think my art is not that good, but I mean, I'm still new to digital art, so I mean, I'm more of a traditional artist.
Ooh, look at that shuck.
Look at the shuck. Um, yeah, there was some shuck stuff. I'm sort of scrolling down here. There's a lot of stuff here. But she needs more love. She's blind. Winifred is blind and mute. She can speak. She just chooses not to. Winifred has had enough love. She needs more.
Yeah, she needs a lot more love.
If you know what I mean.
Well, chicka
I'm
Wow.
starting to question who's the real
My
furry
gosh,
here.
I'm an awful person.
I mean,
I'm making
totally,
jokes, by the way, people. I'm not a furry. I'm not.
That's
I
exactly
promise.
what a furry would say.
Exactly.
I like Winifred, but I think it's a little overblown in the does that say KIV?
KIV.
She was pretty evil. Oh. I haven't seen it, by the way. I've not had the chance to see any of the episodes. I may have to binge watch it and, just to understand these characters. I mean, from talking to the guy, I'm interested in his series.
Yeah, and I watched the entire series today, and it's good. I love the designs. I love the flawless CG mix with the reality,
I
and
was at work this morning.
also
Don't do it.
they did.
Don't do it.
He
Don't-
did very well in
Oh.
choosing voice actors.
Oh.
I mean, some of the art is good, some of it's bad. I mean, I could see, I can see where people were trying to go, but some of it, I mean, I'm just being subjective when I say it's bad.
I mean, I will admit, I am not an artist. My drawing sucks.
Yeah, my drawing sucks too.
I mean,
I
some
mean-
of the lines in some of these, like, some of the lines are not confident enough, like this. Like, you could tell just from looking at it, like, I mean, and this isn't to be mean or anything, like, you could tell some of the lines in it are a little bit shaky, just no confidence at all in their line work. And that's just me being subjective.
Let's see here. I'm making fun of her because she was once a powerful politician. Now she's a sad bean.
She's a sad bean.
Yeah, she is.
Just like Doug Walker. He was once a powerful critic, but now he's a sad bean.
Now, he's just a sad little man.
I'm just waiting for
Some episodes start short, then they
get his
get
act
longer.
together.
The more you watch. Okay, I'll definitely give it a watch. I mean, I like a lot of the artwork here. I really do.
It's like there is a little bit of conflict.
I like the
between
character designs.
the hat blends into the hair. So I had to think about which of the three colors one.
I like that picture of Harley Quinn and Lucy.
Kind of weird. The gold might.
That
work.
might
I
have
mean
been
Lacey. Sorry, Lacey.
The image also-
Or I mean Lucy. Is it Lucy the lace maker? I'm
It's
sorry.
Lucy.
I'm sorry.
Lucy
There's.
Lace Maker, I
Weird
think.
because the
I-
hat blends in. So give me a moment to get these.
And last but not.
I mean, a lot of this stuff is. I mean, like I said, you got some good art and you have some bad art. What I can't stand the most, and I'll tell you guys this right now. I mean, there's a lot of bad artists out there, but they're not the worst type of artists. And the worst kind of artist is people that actually steal art.
Oh yeah, they're the worst.
They're the worst artists because to me, you shouldn't steal someone's idea. I mean, here's the thing. I would defend someone who traces something.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you try to make it your own, I have no problem with that. But if you're going to steal someone's work and claim it as your own, then you're an awful person.
I mean, yeah, like for example, there's this YouTuber out there called Mastar Media or Mastar Media.
Yeah,
can't
I
pronounce
know
his
of him.
name. Yeah, and of course, just a robot, a person I watched. He's stolen scenes from My Hero Academia, for example. He stole a scene from that and didn't credit it at all.
Lucy's full name is Lucy Lacemaker. Remember, kids, all
But yeah,
kill all
I know
Caloiacans with
That guy
napalm and
has got all
incendiary browns. Gosh, I named
Sundere.
incendiary.
Incendiary round.
Incendiary.
Do you know what
Incendiary.
sound it makes whenever I fire this gun? Baka baka
Incendiary.
baka 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 baka.
Waka waka.
By the way, I love that he did an animation for a plane trip where he had Lucy tearing apart a plane and he's just going, "No, Lucy, don't!" That was perfect.
Oh boy.
No, Lucy, don't.
See that purple again? That might have given me an idea.
It wasn't even. It was out of fear.
Yeah, I can work with that. All right.
I mean, some of this stuff is pretty good.
It's there's some pretty good quality art. I'm not gonna lie.
Why is there Sonic the Hedgehog here?
Because he's a
Because
furry.
he's dark.
There's Sonic the Hedgehog. Hey, everybody, it's me, Sonic.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. Okay, so I've seen enough of it. Good art, some good art. I would definitely recommend you guys to go check this person out. Really good guy. Really good guy. You know, we had a really good conversation, and honestly, I would definitely subscribe to his channel and follow him on Twitter. I would definitely recommend him to some studios if people have their own studio looking to hire him. He's your guy.
Just to have him demand to be paid enough for a living.
Yeah.
Because a lot of mainstream studios have been getting into a bad habit of not paying their animators very well.
Right.
Yeah.
So people, I'm actually gonna end the stream. It's been really fun talking about the animations in the Nostalgia Critics review. Like I said earlier, this is the best thing about that review, and I even told him that it's the best thing about the review, and he shouldn't feel ashamed, for being a part of it at all. I mean, the dude had to do what he could, to get himself out there, and I would take that opportunity as well. I don't blame him I don't blame him at all. I mean, even though it turned out to be a shit show, the entire review did, but his work definitely outshines that
It's just easier
review.
to have reference, so I can make
And it's the best thing about it. Closing thoughts, guys. I'll let you go ahead.
Alrighty. So I mean, Farrah seems very, very polite, and I will admit his the conversation was very productive. It never got hostile, which that's good.
Yeah.
And I will admit his animation was definite, and I agree. His animation was the best part of the film. He doesn't deserve hate for it just because it's attached to Doug and Channel Awesome. And yeah, I will be checking out his stuff.
What about you, J-Man?
It was an interesting little insight. Um, I definitely think that the whole thing was blown out of proportion in terms of the hatred with Doug Walker and, by extension, FENNAH. Uh, he doesn't seem like he really deserves the hate, and by extension, I don't see Doug deserving this hate either, especially since at the end he said he actually liked the film. So I don't know. It's just that sort of situation where I can't side with the fans, but at the same time I can't side with the creator. It's a very weird middle ground that I'm in.
All right. So, I mean, I think that a lot of people, will agree or disagree. Uh, I mean, this was without a doubt the best thing about the review. Like I said, just I felt like it was, so out of place the way they put it, where they put it. It was like the last 11 minutes of the review. Uh, I mean, that's like a code spot, to be honest, because most people probably be tuning out by that time mark, which is a shame because this is good stuff. I would say skip to this part. I would recommend people, if you can't stand the rest of the review, just skip the rest of the review and just watch this.
Or better yet, just go to FENNAH's channel and watch it because he has the entire sequence on his channel.
Yeah, go watch it on his channel. It's really good, people. Really good artwork. The best thing about it, is just how realistic it looks. How they were able to there's a making video of behind the scenes. How they were able to get Doug in there, and it's really impressive for someone that has never done green screen like that before. It was really good. I mean, I gotta give him, give him props. But, I mean, I just hope that people don't give him shit because he doesn't deserve it. Neither does Corey Taylor or friggin' Rob Scallion. I mean, Rob Scallion, one of the best guitarists out there. I learned a lot from him. Like, I remember watching one of his videos about playing the G chord, which the G chord is like in every single song ballad ever. Uh, any ballad song, if you guys have heard any, you hear a lot of G chords in there. He showed a unique way of playing the G chord. Like, you just, you hold you don't hold the last string when you're holding. It's hard for me to because I have to have the guitar out to show you what he's talking about. But if you could play it without the last note and it sounds just as good, and people just hold it out. That's really all it is. But nevertheless, where can people find you, J-Man?
They can find me here on YouTube on just search for Jamin the Dual Blade. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/slash Jamin the Dual Blade, and on Twitter, just and you can guess it since I use the same username everywhere, because I I want to get my name out there. You know.
Oh yeah. Where can people find you, Zombie Fan?
Alrighty, well, I would point to my YouTube channel, but I'm still working on getting everything ready before I start making content. But for right now, people can find me on Twitter at zombie_fan666, and that's with a capital Z. I will occasionally post, not often, but I will post whenever I'm able to, and it's always, well, most of the time it's going to be video game shit, or weeb shit, or heavy metal shit. It's going to be something either way.
And you can, of course, find me here on YouTube, Pirate Canvas. Follow me on Twitch, Pirate Canvas, and Twitter, Canvas Pirates. I had a really good time in the stream. I'm happy that FENNAH came on. You know, got to have a really good conversation with him. Subscribe to his channel, FENNAH on YouTube. I'll have it linked in the description. I'll also have his Twitter linked. Just go follow him. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, and if you guys want to stick around, I'll be streaming on Twitch as well. Hang on, this last comment I want to read. He should have called it The Wall, a musical parody homage, not The Wall, the review. One of the main problems. Yes, we even addressed this.
Yes.
We addressed that, you know, he shouldn't have called it a review. That's bad marketing, and, you know, it's not a review, it's a parody. And you know.
Even I said I think that was just an excuse to make a parody album.
Yeah, it was an excuse to make a parody album. But nevertheless, if you guys want to stick around, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch for a little bit. I may play a little bit of... I was thinking of doing Dark Souls. But I don't want you guys to see how bad I suck at it right now. Because I suck at it. It's been a long time since I played Dark Souls. And
By the way,
I've never actually beaten it.
By the way, I'm going for the trifecta here. Don't want to go down to Blighttown. Don't want to go down to Blighttown. Don't want to go down to Blighttown.
But yeah, I'm gonna play some. I might play some Dark Souls actually. You know what? Fuck it, I'll play Dark Souls. You all have a good night.